Welcome back. Well, we're looking at how the government fixes the economy right now. So we have to talk about taxes because from the last chapter, it's seen that lots of the market failures and the government stepping in to fix those market failures came from the government taxing, which is life. Okay, there's two things guaranteed: death and taxes, right? So we want to look at where our taxes go, and it breaks down into a federal budget. So we've got defense, Social Security. We could spend a long time talking about Social Security and Medicare, but we won't. We just want the general idea of what our money goes towards. And we, fortunate or unfortunately, live in one of the highest tax states in the United States. And taxes usually make people pretty upset. So we could live in a country like Sweden where you're taxed a lot more. Right here, that's our graphic. But lots of your social spending is paid for. What do we mean by that? You can go to college for free. You can go, if you need to go to the doctor, that is a free cost versus in the United States, that costs you money. So why does the government tax? Well, it's how they make money. So everything that we use to fix market failures, and that money is called revenue. It comes from Constitution. So when we look at taxes, we're talking about fiscal policy. So fiscal, we'll get into that in the next chapter. It's the government, and they're trying to stimulate or slow down the economy. So there's three reasons why the government taxes. It's to make money, it's to maintain fairness, okay, progressive tax system, or it's to influence behavior. So when we look at a tax, we look at who we're going to tax, how's it going to be made up, and then how does it work, or how fair is it? So let's dive in here really quick. There's different types of tax bases. Who are we going to tax? Okay, individuals and corporations or companies have income taxes. So federal, some states, not every state has an individual income tax. Same with corporations, mostly federal, some states, businesses pay taxes. Same with sales tax, those vary. So like in the state of Minnesota, we have an income tax. In the state of Florida, they don't. In the state of Minnesota, we don't pay sales tax on clothing. In the state of Florida, they do. And those vary by city, state, and county, depending on where you live. And then there's also tax bases of property. So those are going to vary based on where you live. Again, usually the more metropolitan your property is, or where it's located on a lake, let's say, the higher tax it's going to be versus in the middle of nowhere, Minnesota, you're probably paying less in taxes. So then once we figured out who we're taxing or the tax base, the government sets up how the tax is going to run. So proportional means everybody's taxed the same. So a perfect example is a sales tax. This is sometimes called a flat tax. No matter how much you make or what your income is, you're taxed the same as somebody else, versus a progressive tax is like the tax system, income tax system in the United States. The more you make, and this isn't the actual tax bracket, but the more you make, the more you pay. Quick misconception here. It's not, if you make $50,000, you tax at 25%. You pay your first $10,000 is taxed at 10%. The next, what difference is this? $29,999 is taxed at 15%. And then anything over that $30,000 is taxed at 25%. So that's progressive. You pay at each level. The state of Hawaii has 13, the state of Minnesota has 3, Florida has 0. Finally, a regressive tax. This one's kind of weird, but the idea of a sales tax is also regressive. What do we mean by that? Well, if these two people are paying the same sales tax, Ron is hurt more than Mary. Ron's income is less than Mary's, so they pay the same tax of 5%. It hurts Ron's income more than it does Mary's. This is a common argument when talking about how sin tax or tax on tobacco and alcohol affect lower income families more than higher income families, which is true, they do. They're regressive. Whether you want to battle that or fight that or argue one way or another, I think we would probably agree that sin taxes are helpful because those taxes go towards paying for people that are doing damage long term to their body. So the taxes are then based off of, do you have the ability to pay, or is it a benefits received? So if you have a property or an income, that means that the government has decided you have the ability to pay a tax, versus a sales tax. Well, that is a benefit that you're getting. You're buying these products. You're using the toll road. So you're receiving a benefit from those things. So that's the idea of the principle of taxation. So again, who are we going to tax? How's it going to look? And then who actually is, how fair is it? Is it based on your ability or benefits received? So when we're looking at taxes, it's trying to promote growth, provide incentives, and divide resources most efficiently. Until next time.